Hey guys, wanted to come on here to do a video. I told you guys I was going to try to be better on YouTube on doing lives, and so I decided to come back and talk to you about my session, my therapy session. And so I'm kind of regretting not doing this sooner because I feel that I should have done it right after doing therapy because I remembered more. But hopefully, the Lord will help me and I will be able to share what I need to share and I will remember what I need to remember. Um, so, I did get to do my therapy session. I was able to reschedule and I was able to have it on Friday. Um, Normally, I don't like to do my therapy sessions on Fridays because that's usually the day that we like to go out as a family, and I don't want it to really affect my mood. But I did really good. I want to report that I did really good, and so it didn't really affect me as much as I thought it was going to. And I think it was actually great that I did it on that Friday and that I was even able to get the session done because I had missed the appointment. I felt very bad for missing it, and it was really my fault, not her fault. It was my fault. I thought it was at 10 o'clock, and honestly, it was supposed to be at 9. I didn't check my calendar. I was not feeling well. I was sick, and so I apologized. And anyway, on this therapy session, I'm just going to try to get a little bit comfortable. And try to relax because I do get very nervous about talking about this stuff. And I don't want to give too much detail, but about why I'm seeing the therapist. But I do want to put out some information on some of the things that have helped me. So, one of the first things that we talked about was about the letter that I had written to my dad, and she had me read both letters to her, and that was tough. That was tough to do, and I used that word a lot. She did let me read them. I read the first one, and I cried a lot on that one because that was the first letter I had written to him. And then the second letter wasn't as bad. I didn't cry as much, but I still continued to cry, and I had a hard time seeing afterwards because I had my eyes filled with tears, and I had to pause and tell her that I was sorry. She said it was fine, but I was struggling with my eyesight towards the end of the second letter. And for those of you who do not know, I did lose my dad about 3 years ago, almost going on 4 years ago. But that's not the reason why I started therapy, but that is just what surfaced up and what has been surfacing up since I started doing therapy. And maybe that's the way the Lord wants it to be. Maybe He knows that I'm still grieving my dad, and that is actually helping me in the process to kind of take care of a lot of things that I guess caused trauma in my life. And so, yeah, I was able to read the 2 letters. She asked me how I felt about them. I thought about it and I was kind of like, well, it was really hard. I kept using the word hard and tough. And she told me what I thought about them. She did mention to me that she felt in my letters that I felt like I needed approval for the things that I do. And I did tell her that I did feel most of my life that I needed approval from him to do certain things in my life. And so I always tried to gain that approval. And so she did point that out. I'm not going to remember every single thing, like I said, guys, because I'm just trying to remember the things that stood out to me right now. I should have done this sooner. I think I would have been able to share more detail, but I'm sorry. It is what it is. But hopefully you still, you know, gain something from this. Hopefully it'll help somebody. The other thing was we talked about guilt, and she did tell me that I needed to put guilt aside. Um, and then I needed to tell it to stop it. And that is something that did uh, kind of freaked me out a little bit because she did make me treat guilt like if it was a person. So she made me look to my left side, and like I ended up turning to my left side, and I had to tell guilt to step aside and to stop it. And she wanted me to say it with more force, but I was having a hard time doing it. I cried and swiped a lot of tears, and I had a hard time doing that. I had a hard time with feeling guilt for certain things. And so that really stood out to me in this therapy session. Another thing that stood out to me was we talked about a lot of things. We also talked about some of the things that I wanted to gain um, from this therapy. In other words, I don't have to carry everything that I have learned from my parents about how they parented me. I can choose what I choose to carry and and like keep in my life, or like how I choose to raise my kids. And so we did talk about the great legacy that my dad left me, about how strong and how serviceable he taught me to be, how um, my kids were able to learn firsthand because of the situation we were in to care for him, that I was able to show my children firsthand, not just speak it and tell them how we need to be serviceable, but show them firsthand that that this is what we do as a family, right? And so she did teach me that it's okay to take what I want, and what I don't want, I can like leave it, right? And so that was good, and I think I to a certain degree am doing that, but I guess I felt with the reassurance that she was giving me through this therapy session, I feel like it is easier to do it now. Um, so yeah, uh, she also told me what are some of the tools, because it worries me a lot about how this carries on to my kids. And so she did say, what are some of the tools that I'm giving my children to be able to prepare them for for certain things in their lives that might come up. And so that did get me thinking that I need to be more aware of the things that I'm preparing them with, um, so that I can feel more at ease in letting them do things and not feel like I'm very overprotective, because I feel like I have been very overprotective as a parent, but that was also passed down to me. My dad and my dad was really overprotective, and so I didn't get to do a lot of things that I wanted to do growing up. And so I'm trying to be a little bit more open and to the idea of letting go a little bit more and trusting them to do certain things. And so, yeah, that got me thinking a lot. And um, yeah, that is something that I feel like really, really stuck out to me. Another thing that stood out to me was I had it right now. Let me think. Oh, she didn't give me any homework this time. She said that we would read our third letter, my third letter, which was writing to my stronger self. I didn't get to read that one. That'll be till the next session because we didn't have enough time. Like I said, it's only an hour session. And I hate when it comes to an end because you have to pause it and then kind of like shove it back down. And you really don't know how these sessions are going to go. You don't really know. And you really like you want to mentally prepare for it, but it's kind of hard to know what you're going to talk about because it just starts with like a question like how was your weekend or how was your week or like this time it was reading the letters. Last time it was we just started off like how was your week, and then I said and so like it just kind of just flows, right? We just go with whatever we talk about at the beginning, and it just kind of like goes that way. And so she didn't give me any homework, and she wanted me to be more aware. Sorry, guys. Be more aware of my present life. And something that she did remind me towards the end of the session, sorry, she wanted me to remember my present place. And so she made me do this exercise where I look around the room and tell her 3 things that I see. And so I ended up telling her, okay, well, I see a picture of Jasmine and I see a picture of Aladdin and Jasmine together, right? Like in this corner. And then I told her I saw a painting that my sister gave me. And then I see a ring light in front of me. So those were the 3 things that I brought up. And she's like, okay, so now you need to repeat like that you're here, right? And that you're safe, that I'm in my room, I'm okay. And so like little things like that, like just be more present of be more aware of where I'm at, because going to therapy does make you feel like you're let me see how many minutes am I in? Okay, I'm 12 minutes. I'm fine. I'm going to try to do 20 minutes, guys. And so I do feel like when she was trying to give me instruction, like I felt she wanted to give me some homework. But then when I said, can you just repeat that? And she's like, okay. She noticed that I had like a little bit of a problem coming back. So she made me do that exercise to think of where I'm at and that I'm present here and that I'm safe and that nothing's going on around me right now. And I feel like that definitely needs to be done. So she wants me to practice that, to remember where I'm at, and focusing on things around me will help me feel safe and help me to remember where I'm at. Remember that I'm a daughter of God and that I'm safe and that nothing is going on around me. And so I feel like repeating those words makes me live more presently. And so I'm grateful for not having the homework, because I feel like I want to focus on being more present, which is why I'm doing more of these videos, because I want to focus on the present. And I'll tell you a little reason why. When I go on Facebook, I try to post things, and lately I had just been noticing that because I wanted to share content and I was having a hard time coming on camera, I was revamping some of the videos and some of the things that I had previously posted over the years. It's a really great tool, and it's a really great thing that Facebook has, and I appreciate it, because a lot of those times we forget what we lived in the past, right? But sometimes we can just constantly live in the past. And so I noticed that ever since she started making me live more presently, or remind me to live more presently, I'm actually creating new content and actually sharing things in my present life. And I'm not trying, I still go there to the memory section on Facebook to like see what I was doing, but I'm noticing that I'm not sharing as much, because I don't want to keep living in the past. I don't want to keep sharing things that I've done in the past. I want people to see where I'm at now. And that for a long time, I was struggling with trying to be back on camera and trying to like share my journey now, because one, I was struggling with the loss of my dad. I didn't know how to come back on camera. Two, I didn't feel like I was doing anything interesting in my life at the time. Three, I had changed a lot. A lot of my energy and time was given to my dad, to care for my dad, to care for my kids, to do homeschooling. And I didn't look the same anymore. I was getting older. I wasn't like doing my makeup videos anymore. Wasn't taking care of me. So I felt embarrassed to come back on camera. There was just so many reasons why I wasn't coming back on camera. And I feel like this therapy and everything prior to that led me to this point in my life right now. And this is the reason why I'm able to create this content now and be able to bring you my journey now and be able to be more confident with or without makeup, with or without anybody's approval. I'm able to give you a better version of myself because one, I'm stronger, I'm braver. I really don't care as much anymore. I feel like I'm way more confident. I feel that the Lord has helped me to a point in my life where I want to heal and I want to stand as a light for others. And I want people to feel that it is okay to have therapy. It is okay to love yourself. It is okay to be where you're at right now. He's with you every step of the way. And so this therapy, I feel like it's going to empower me more to let go of a lot of things in my past that need to be cleared up and need to be just some things might need to be set aside and some things need to be let go. Something that I want to share that I was able to do, which I'm super proud of, which maybe people will think, wow, you're proud of that. But I was able to declutter a lot of things that, like, I wanted to declutter way more, but I went into my closet, and you guys can see that video on Facebook because I didn't post it here, but I was able to do a video where I was going to give a bunch of clothes away. I took out a bunch of stuff from my closet that were just not serving me anymore, that weren't making me happy, and I just wanted to get rid of. And I was just like, look, all these clothes, and I was willing to give them away to people who wanted them or whatever. At the end of the day, I ended up choosing one person who I knew recently, and I'm the kind of person that I like to sell stuff. My parents taught me to like sell things and like to have garage sales and just sell things and make money off of them. Don't throw them away. So, which is why I accumulate a lot of things. And I've been doing that for a long time. And a lot of the times my husband will get upset or like my daughter will call me out on it. They're like, we need to get rid of these things. But whenever we don't have any money, I take those things and I make money and I'm able to feed my family. And so I always held on to that because I was taught that by the things that we don't need, we're able to make money or we're able to help others. So I didn't want to get rid of things because unless it's going to serve somebody else, or like I don't usually give things away because I know I can make money from them. But this time I was prompted after doing my therapy session, and I thought about a certain person who had helped us, my family, when my nephew had passed away a few years back. And she had given a little outfit, a little white outfit, a little baby outfit, to be able to fit my nephew. It didn't serve for that because my baby nephew was way too small, but I was able to gift that still to my sister-in-law, and I don't know, she kept it in a box or not. The point is that this person gave me and my family that when we were in need. And so she lost her husband recently. He had passed away. I don't know if it's been a year or more, but I just have been having her in the back of my mind. She was reaching out on me on Facebook a couple of times because I was trying to get rid of some stuff, and she would reach out to me. And this was the first time I had an opportunity to call her and message her. And then I got sick, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm sick. Like, I just don't have time for that. Like, I just haven't even been thinking about it because I was so sick. So I got into my closet a few days ago, got a bunch of stuff out, and I had a bunch of stuff in bags, and my daughter took out a bunch of stuff, and we had a bunch of stuff put away in our van. Um, and I was able to give her all those things, and I hope that it serves her. I don't know if she sells or she doesn't, but she works really, really hard. And just knowing that I was able to help somebody else and to be able to be a light in somebody's life, um, is what got me to do it. And so I was able to declutter, which was helping me mentally. I was able to help somebody else, and I was able to feel better after all of it. And so I know that this therapy is helping me some way and somehow. And I don't know if after 20 sessions of this, because I get 20 free sessions that I don't have to pay for, um, I don't know if it's going to make me a completely different person, but I hope that it does. I hope that it brings a lot of positivity into my life and that I'm able to stand really strong. And I hope that it helps me in my church calling. I hope that I'm able to help others on YouTube and on Facebook to reach their best version of themselves possible, because I know that I've been craving that. I've been needing that. I've been trying my hardest to be at that place, but I know that it takes time, and I know that I am where I need to be right now. And I'm grateful for the opportunity that was given to me. I'm grateful for the bishop that I have who is so kind and just pointed me in the right direction. And I know that I prayed so much to have a bishop who could understand what I was going through and what my family has gone through. And so I'm just so grateful for the love of my Heavenly Father and my Savior, who know me inside and out. And now I hope to be able to help others and be that for somebody else. And so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it wasn't too long. I'm trying to keep them at 20 minutes, but I want to be able to do at least a few more of these videos, at least throughout all of my sessions. And if you all want to continue to see more, just like let me know, and I will try to do more after that. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking the time to come to the live and spend some time with me. I hope it helped you in some way or somehow. And yeah, don't forget to check me out on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. On Facebook, I have it linked on my channel, but it's under Regina Crystal Cordova. And it's the same thing on Instagram. But I hope you'll follow my page. Let me know what your thoughts were, what you guys learned from this video. Hopefully it helped. I'm trying to be a lot more open on here, and I hope it serves. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.